Hi, everyone. I'm Helen McConnell from helenmcconnell.com. I am your tapping expert. This video is created for those of you who have recently attended my monthly online tapping meetup. This is a free event that I hold on the first Thursday of every month to give people kind of an overview of tapping and let people actually experience tapping. Because if you just read about it or you just watch it, it won't do you any good. You actually have to do it. So I'm going to give you a few tips to make your own tapping for your own self as good as you possibly can get it. And as simple as it is, it's something that you can get better at over time. So practice, just keep practicing. As far as we know, there are no known negative side effects to tapping. So if you're feeling activated, agitated, hurt, angry, frustrated, if you're in physical pain, whatever's going on, use the tapping. Tip number one, be specific about what you're going to tap on. I found this to be hard when I first started, especially because I had a lot of trauma back then. It was really hard for me to get specific. But here's what I'm going to tell you. You take something that you can be specific about. If you can't be specific about it, try something else to start with. Something like this. Instead of saying, I feel really crappy today, narrow down how you feel crappy. In what way do you feel crappy? Like I'm talking about, I have a sharp pain in my head at a number 7 intensity, and it's located on the right side of my temple. And it's a throbbing pain. Okay, you want to be that specific. And I would also recommend that you notice, how often do you have this kind of pain? When did this particular pain start? And that's good for now to get started. So you would start using that example, tap along with me. Even if you don't have a headache pain, just tap along so you can get used to doing this. Even though I have this sharp pain, you repeat that part, in my head at a 7 intensity. And I feel it on the right side of my temple. And it started about an hour ago. And I love and accept myself. And I accept that I'm having this headache pain. You do that 3 times, total of 3 times, so 2 more times. You can word it exactly the same, or you can change it a little bit, but stay focused on where the pain is, or whatever it is you're tapping on. And then you go to the top of the head with a reminder phrase, and you say, this sharp pain on the eyebrow, in my head, side of the eye, at a 7 intensity, under the eye, at the right side of my temple, under the nose. It started an hour ago. On the chin, this sharp pain, collarbone, in my head, under the arm, at a 7 intensity. Now that's 1 round. I always suggest you do 1 round and take a breath and check in and notice how you're doing. Maybe drink some water. All right, then you check back in with that exact same thing. The sharp pain in the right side of your head at a 7 intensity. Is it still there? Number 1, is it still sharp? Is it still at a 7? Is it still right here in the same place? Those are the questions you want to ask yourself. And while you tapped, did you notice anything else? Because oftentimes as you tap, your unconscious mind will give you some more clues. But for right now, you remeasure all those things. All right, and then you can do it again with the new information. A lot of times, it's not uncommon that the pain will move. When we just sort of observe it and tap, it will move. It might move down into your jaw, or on top of your head, or in the back, or to the other side. Just notice if it moves, and you'll use that for the second round. Is it still at a 7 intensity where it started? Sometimes the intensity will go up. sometimes it will go down and sometimes it stays the same. It doesn't matter. Just observe it. Is it still a sharp pain, or has it gone to a dull pain or some other kind of pain? Just notice all of that. And on the second round, assuming it didn't just go away, you tap like this and you say, even though I still have this pain in my head, but now it's moved over to the left side of my head. And I'm feeling it at about a 6. And as I was tapping before, I suddenly got this thought about my sibling, whatever. And I love and accept myself completely. And I'm willing to observe this pain without judgment. Okay, and you can do that 3 times if you want, but I don't usually, the second time I usually just do one setup statement and then tap around and say, this remaining pain in my head on the eyebrow, it's moving around. Side of the eye, the intensity is changing. Under the eye. I don't know if it has anything to do with my sibling. I'm just observing this headache pain on the chin that's now on the left side of my head. Collarbone, it's now at a 6 intensity under the arm, and I'm just observing it. And that's the starting, and you just take a deep breath in and exhale. All right, now you want to check in again. Measure all those things again. Is it in the new place where you noticed it? Just notice all the things you noticed before. And if it's still higher, if the intensity of the pain is higher than a 3 or 4, do it again. And my suggestion is, especially as you're learning this, do it 3 or maybe 4 rounds. And if that doesn't take care of it, then you want to probably stop and take a breath and just kind of sense into this headache pain, and because there could be something more to it than what we're looking at. There could be tension from work or in your relationship or at home, or some other kind of tension that you've got going on. And then you can use that as a tapping target. Sometimes when headaches can come from trying to figure something out, I'm so trying to figure this out. And really, you want to give your physical brain a rest. You know, even though I'm trying to figure this out, I give myself permission to relax. I don't need to figure this out right now. Things like that. Okay, so this is a basic thing. You could have stuck anything in there besides a headache. If you didn't have a headache, you can stick another type of pain or sensation in your body, or some other emotion that's up for you right now. Whatever you're noticing, one thing. Just start with one specific thing. And that's the first tip in this series of 3 tips for better tapping. The other 2 will be coming up in the next 2 videos. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, I'm Helen at helenmcconnell.com. See you soon. Thanks for watching.